So some of them are only after the monetary part of it. There are some pusa men, like we call them pusa men, people who are involved in these things. They don't even smoke cannabis. They only sell it to have money. So they entice young people, lure them into using it until they get addicted. And once they get addicted, they cannot easily quit. So if once you get addicted to these drugs, to quit is not an easy thing. You need an assistance from a rehabilitation center, from qualified personnel to help you. Right now, there are people that Drug Law Enforcement Agency have trained together with mental health unit of the Medical and Health Services and some social workers from the social welfare. They've done a 1-year training on addiction to serve as addiction professionals. But we are planning to have a rehabilitation center where young people that are addicted to drugs will be taken into and then assisted so that by the time they come out, they will be able to fully, forget about drug abuse and so on and then concentrate on something meaningful.
NCA3 Jobate advised youth to stay away from drugs, urging them to engage in something more meaningful than taking the risk in drug.
The advice I want to give to the young people of this country is that we can live without drugs, and we can be successful without drugs. We can enjoy our lives without drugs. So what I want to tell them is, let us just turn our backs towards just cannabis and related activities, drugs in general.
On the issue of disposal of the drugs seized from dealers, Jobate had this to say.
That's just an assumption by people who don't know. I think the best thing they should have done is to inquire from Drug Law Enforcement Agency what happened to these drugs. Now, these drugs, what happened to them is very simple, because they move from one state to the other. Like if drugs are arrested, they are with they are under the custody of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency. But once the matter is taken to court, because these are substances that you need to present in court at least to substantiate your claims against the individual. So once it is at the court, it is under the custody of the court. So when the case is finally decided, court will hand the substance back to Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Then we will keep it. Then at the end of the year, cases that have been decided and concluded by the court, a day is selected when we invite the general public, and the day is called Drug Destruction Day. We usually invite the media, both print and electronic, the general public, diplomats that are in this country, and the general public to come and see the destruction. And before we destroy these drugs, we also test them on the ground to prove that they are drugs. Because we don't want to gather people and say, this is cannabis, we're going to destroy it. We destroy it like that. No. We have a scientific unit that comes on the ground. They will test these drugs on the ground to confirm, yes, this is cannabis sativa. It is tested and confirmed. That one is packed. This is suspected cocaine. It is tested and confirmed. It is cocaine. This is heroin. It is tested and confirmed. Then they are destroyed in the presence of everybody.
These substances pose serious threats to development and security in West Africa, according to experts. In order to cope this menace, the Gambia's Drug Law Agency has vowed to leave no stone unturned, including the management of stakeholders in the supply suppression front. It is, however, grappling with challenges in terms of mobility and civic engagement, among others. For iAfrica News, Binti Jallow.
The pride we take in our brand, the work we put into constantly change the landscape and elevate real estate in the Gambia, it's compared to none. From inception, our goal was to add value to the beautiful Gambian landscape. That's why we are proud innovators of community estates. Kololi Sands is an exceptional piece of work, tailored for ultimate convenience and luxury, to bring you an element of finesse that is rare but unique in its own. This is also our pride and joy, and we welcome you to the exquisite beauty right here in Kololi and right here on the waterfront. Kololi Sands, feel the ocean breeze at your doorstep.
Following the announcement by the Independent Electoral Commission, the IEC, of the dates for the general voter registration scheduled from the 29th of May to 11th July 2021, the National Council for Civic Education, NCCE, reminds the public that voter registration is an integral part of the electoral process, as it is key to franchise as stated in Section 39 of the Constitution, and hence a civic right and a duty for all eligible Gambians. The NCCE therefore encourages every eligible citizen to fully participate in this crucial national exercise, as it is the basis for any credible and participatory election. The National Council for Civic Education informs the public that to register and acquire a voter's card in the upcoming general voter registration exercise, one has to prove your Gambian citizenship by producing one of the following documents as stated in Section 12 of the Elections Act: birth certificate, ID card, passport, or alcalo or district chief attestation. As the Gambia prepares for this very important national exercise, the National Council for Civic Education reminds the public to stay away from any altercation and refrain from the use of abusive language, provocative actions, intimidations, thugs, and physical confrontation at all times, as these contravene the laws of the Gambia. The public is encouraged to follow due process to seek redress when the need arises during the period to ensure that peace and stability prevail throughout the process. Voters' card is your key to franchise. Register to vote and vote wisely. This message is brought to you by the National Council for Civic Education, NCCE, with support from the United Nations Development Programme.
TAF Africa Global is the first and biggest private estate developer in the Gambia and present in 7 other African countries. We take pride in leading innovation in all spheres of real estate sector in the Gambia and beyond. As such, we are launching the development of the first smart and modern office and retail towers in the Gambia called TAF Twins. The TAF Twins is located in the heart of the Kanifing institutional area and 10 minutes drive away from Banjul. TAF Twins is designed to have 5 floors of office spaces ranging from 50 square meters to over 1,000 square meters, with 2 elevators, central air conditioning, 24 hours electricity and water supply, with the ground floor reserved for banking, supermarket, restaurant and coffee shop. For your bookings and reservations, please call now on 376-2333 or 776-2333. Thank you.